Welcome to Universal. In this video I'm going to share a bunch of hints and tips to make sure you get the most out of your next trip to the park. Okay, so first tip before you even get in the park, if you've got little kids, outside the park they have two sets of boards that give you the heights for all the different rides. Probably better to measure your kids there so that you don't stand in a line and get disappointed, because you'll have more upset kids later than if you measure them there. And both those boards are before you scan your ticket, so if you're already in the park, don't think you can check. Now this park loves to do events. We're here right now and it is Mardi Gras. They are well known for their Halloween Horror Nights, not for the faint-hearted, it's pretty extreme. They also do Christmas, so if those are up your street, check out the dates and make sure you come when they're on. So this year the park decided to get rid of paper maps, which I'm assuming is an environmental thing, not a bad thing, but just beware if you are somebody who likes the map, doesn't know your way around, you're going to need the digital version, so get the app. They'll help you get around. Now you're in America, so that means everything is massive, and there are a couple of things here that you can get comfortably to share. One of them is a slice of pizza from Louis. It's massive. Easily two people can eat that. And then over at Simpsons they have a typically massive American donut that you could comfortably share between two people. So just buy one, save some money, share it with your pals. And if you've been watching any of the rest of my series whilst I'm over here in Florida, you'll know that in Disney I buckled a few times and bought their Genie Plus because it's cheap. It's 20 bucks. I know people say Disney's expensive, why you pay more, but it is cheap. It is really cheap. Here on the other hand, Express Pass starts at about $150 right the way up. Not cheap at all. I've used it and it is fantastic. However, if you are a family, you might find it cheaper to buy a night in one of the Premier hotels because it includes Express Pass. So if it's, you know, 4 of you, there's what, $600 in Express Passes? You'll probably get a room cheaper than that for the night. Even if you don't use it, get a room for the night, get the Express Pass, skip all the queues. I'm sure you'll do this anyway, but make sure you install the Universal app before you come. It has directions because they got rid of paper maps. It has all the queue times, it has mobile ordering, it can store your tickets. Bizarrely, I didn't find a way to check my photos, like our ad photos. Maybe it's there, I haven't seen it. But it is still a very good companion, so make sure you have that installed before you get here. And here's something you don't see very often. Some free tours. There are some free backstage tours on a couple of the rides, one of which is Men in Black. So if you ask, you basically get to go to a different part of the queue and see a little bit behind the scenes. So for the private tour on Men in Black, you need to ask when you get off the ride. Even though it's a quiet day, they didn't have anybody that could take me. So sadly, I'm not getting to do it. Now when I was in Disney, every time I wanted a drink, I had to go buy another bottle of juice, which $4, $5, $6 a pop. Not cheap. This park on the other hand has Coke Freestyle machines. So you buy a cup and you can fill it all day long. And you can reactivate it if you come back another day. Now, that's all well and good. The one downside to that is you have to carry a cup around with you, which can kind of be a little bit annoying. However, one thing you can do, those machines also give out free water. So you could get yourself a little collapsible cup on Amazon, etc. Put it in your pocket, and then you just pop open, get yourself a cup of water every time you see a machine. Free drinks all day. A generic tip that applies with most theme parks you go to: check online for crowd calendars. They'll give you an estimate. Obviously nobody can predict the future on how busy certain days will be. We're here start of March. It's reasonably quiet right now. It will be spring break soon in America, so I'm sure it's going to get really busy. And I was an idiot and came here in July the last time, so that was a dumb thing to do. But yeah, check online, look at the crowd calendars, find the days you're going. It may be if you're here for a week, that you might want to pick the 2 or 3 days that are the quietest. This park does have a number of rides that offer a single rider. I'll put the list on screen. So if you are on your own or in a party that you don't mind being split up, hop in the single rider. It is usually quicker. Not always, depends on the ride. Just beware, as the name suggests, it's single rider. Don't get to the end of that queue with your party and go, 4 of us please. They will break you up. The whole point is to fill in empty seats. So if you don't mind being broken up from the rest of your party, single rider. If you don't want to be, just stick in the general queue. So that guy goes off every 15 minutes, so make sure you stick about to see it. It should be 1:30, 1:45 on the hour, and 1:15. Don't miss out. Another thing if you're coming here, do not miss out on the shows. We're about to do Born Stuntacular. Just done Born Stuntacular for the first time. I know Universal gets a lot of flack for screen-based everything. That though, that was an impressive mix of screen and live props. Very, very well done. Yeah, I would highly recommend that. Another one for you, if you are coming into Diagon Alley, if you come right to the very back, there's some public toilets over there, and opposite it is Knockturn Alley, which most people probably don't go down. Don't miss it. So that phone box right there, just outside Diagon Alley, there's a little Easter egg in there. If you go in there and dial the number, you get a recorded message from the Ministry of Magic. But you didn't know that. If you are staying in a Universal Resort hotel and you want to buy some merch, ask them at the counter. Some of the places will actually deliver the stuff straight back to the hotel for you, save you carrying it. So a quick way to get between the two parks is the Hogwarts Express. It is kind of an attraction. There is a little video that plays both directions, so it's different in either direction. You do need a park-to-park ticket. If you've only got one park, you ain't getting on that train. We ain't getting on it today because it's closed completely. So we've had to walk. One thing to note, many of the rides here require you to put things in a locker. Some of them might let you on with a little bag, but most of them require you to put stuff in a locker. The lockers are quite small, they're free. If you've got a larger backpack with you, you can pay for a larger locker, because you won't be able to fit stuff in the little one. So just bear that in mind if you're bringing a large bag with you. So there's another one for you. You do get a locker inside the Jurassic Park queue for your stuff. They have a sample thing outside to check how big it is. If it's bigger than that, you're going to have to pay for a locker. They've also got the test seat just at the start as well. So if you want to test your backside or your bag, they got you covered. There are 3 water rides here: Jurassic River Adventure, Pluto's Barge, and the other one. You won't get wet, you will get absolutely drenched to the bone. They're extreme. Now in Florida, if it's in the summer and it's nice and warm, who cares? Go on early, you'll dry off. If it's not a dry day, or it's not a warm day, maybe wear a poncho. And if you're going to do Express Pass, I would recommend booking it far in advance. The further in advance, the cheaper it should be. It isn't cheap, it is really expensive. They do have an after 4 PM Express Pass, which is half the price. However, we were here yesterday till after 4 and everything got really quiet. So, you know, you might not need the after 4 one, but it is expensive and I recommend you buying it in advance. This one's maybe not so much of a tip, just like beware. If you are bringing your car, it is about $30 minimum parking here. There's tons of parking and then you have to walk over, but yeah, make sure you have cash. Well, not cash, they take cards. Make sure you have 30 bucks sitting on standby to pay for parking per day. Now here's one that many people probably don't know. If you book a resort accommodation directly, not through a travel agent, etc., keep an eye on that price, because if the price drops after you've bought it, call them up. They will actually exchange it for the other price and you'll get some money off. So make sure you keep checking, because you can get some money back. If, like me when I did it, you go through an agent and it's all a package deal, you don't get that. So maybe book direct. So don't be fooled. This Universal is significantly smaller than Disney. You will still do an absolute truckload of walking. Make sure you've got comfy shoes. I thought I did, and I've got blisters. So be prepared to walk a lot. Well, hopefully you found some of those tips useful. If you have, make sure you hit that like button, share it with a friend. Also, hit that subscribe button to be notified of other tips videos from other parks. I'm trying to hit 10k by January next year, so hit that button for me. I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad. See you in the next one.